This is the Flavor of Leadership podcast. I am your host, Clint Hoops. Together, we explore the unique blend of leadership wisdom that helps top leaders consistently achieve work goals, develop personally, and find fulfillment with family. Let's get started. This is episode number 39. Today, we're going to have a little shorter discussion. We're going to do a little follow-up on last week's podcast. Last week, we discussed about being patient without getting too complacent as well when you're trying to meet your goal, especially long-term, hard goals. How do we be patient without getting too complacent? So you can listen to episode 38 to hear some more of that discussion. But today, we're going to continue that discussion and talk more about focus and focus on our goals. So a man by the name of Ben Hunt Davis, an Olympic athlete, he said this. He said, "You get what you focus on. You don't have to work harder. It's not through doing more hours. It is by being more focused within those hours." So who was Ben Hunt Davis? You may not recognize the name, but you may recognize the story that I'm about to share with you. So Ben and his rowing team, they won the gold medal at the Sydney Olympics in the year 2000. And they were the first British rowing team to win the gold medal since, I believe it was 1912. So long time. So from 1912 to the year 2000. There's a great little video that actually shows Ben sharing some of this story and what they did on YouTube. And I've actually shared that link in the show notes. So go ahead and take a look and watch that video. It's worth watching and hearing some of this from Ben's point of view and from his words. So the British rowing team had been pretty good, but not exceptional, not enough to win many of the worldwide events. And they hadn't been a winner of the gold medal since 1912. That is a long time. And Ben and his team, they had tried for many years. He actually participated in a couple of Olympics prior to the Sydney Olympics when they won, and they came up short. But prior to the Sydney Olympics in 2000, they were committed to winning. A whole different level than they had been before. Before, they had decided they wanted to focus and do their best and work hard, but this time they were fully committed. And the thing that I love that Ben shares, there's one thing that changed the way they saw their training, the way they saw their goal. They summed up their goal and the way that they were going to accomplish their goal of being the world's best and winning the gold in one question. They said, will it make the boat go faster? So before they did anything else, before they decided to do anything or move forward on something, they simply asked the question, will it make the boat go faster? And if the answer was yes, they would do it. If the answer was no, they wouldn't do it. That's simple. So each member of the team committed in their lives to only do the things that will make the boat go faster for the team. So he was saying, whether they're deciding whether to get on the exercise machine or the rowing machine in their case, he said, would it make him go faster? And he said, yeah, the answer is yes. So off they went. They would do it. If it was, when deciding what to eat or what to do or how to train, all of those different things would consume their focus. And if the answer was yes, it made the boat go faster, that's what they would do. If the answer was no, they would stay away from that food or stay away from whatever it is that they were going to do. And it consumed their focus. And in the end, the entire team was committed to this same focus. And in the end, they were able to accomplish their goal. Something that no other British team had done in nearly 100 years. So in leadership, we get what we focus on. In our entire lives, that's true, right? Whatever we focus on, that's what ends up happening. It's the same thing we talk about what we think about, right? Whatever we think about ends up coming out as our actions. Basically, in asking this question, they began to change their thoughts, change the way that they did everything in their lives, because that was the most important goal to them. So what's most important to you? in your work life, in your home life? What is most important? And when you're sitting there and you're trying to determine what is your next action, what should I do? Or if you're about to do something, you can ask, are my actions going to make the boat go faster? Or, in my case, right, are they going to get me closer to my goal? What are you focusing on? Because that is exactly what you're going to get. You got this. Until next week. Thanks for joining me on this week's episode of the Flavor of Leadership podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard, please share it with a friend. And if you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and review the show on your favorite podcast player. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback for us, you can reach me directly at flavorofleadership.com. Thanks for listening.